Hello, who are those to whom Jesus is speaking today in the Gospel? On the one part, there are the people who are sitting in the synagogue. And I was taking place with them to listening to the words which Jesus is saying, speaking in this very synagogue, citing the text of Isaiah. And in this text, Jesus is mentioning, referring to this text, Jesus is mentioning that now is fulfilled all the promises mentioned by Isaiah about liberating people who are in prison, about regaining the sight by people who are not seeing, and for the poor and so on, for all kind of groups, which at the first glance we may think, I'm not there. So people who were sitting, and I'm now among them and listening to the words, may think, okay, I'm not blind. Maybe there are not so many blind people, really blind, physically blind in the synagogue. Maybe they are collecting money on the way and so on. People in prison, they are in the prison. They cannot be sitting in the synagogue. People who are poor, maybe to some extent. So maybe this is such a reception. This is not about me. This is about poor, in prison, blind, and otherwise. And when Jesus is speaking about this all kind of change which is happening, so this is about them, and the change is according to them. But me, sitting in this right now in the synagogue, on the same part, I am now listening and sitting and observing the scene today in the 21st century. To whom is Jesus speaking? Who am I? And now, there is such a slight change which we may find the way to this text. Maybe we will discover that this is about us, that we, to some extent, or much, less or more, are blind, because we are not seeing what we are sometimes doing to other people. What are the consequences of our doings for others? We are prisoners often of our habits that we are developing and we are repeating without reflecting upon them. We are poor because we are not realizing all things. And this is the text about us. And this text is giving us, all of us, hope. But this hope can be taken and accepted when we will understand that this is about us. And so we can start this way to discover where are these points, where I am blind, where I am prisoner, where I am poor. Share with me what do you think about that.